Chapter 8. I soon learned more about the flower. Flowers were simple things on the little prince's planet and took up very little room. They only had a single ring of petals and were not at all demanding. They would appear in the grass one morning and fade away peacefully by evening. But one day, a seed that had blown in from some other place gave birth into a new type of shoot, and the little prince watched over it very closely. What if it was some new kind of baobab? But the shrub soon stopped growing and began to produce a flower. At the first appearance of a huge wood, the little prince felt he was in the presence of a miracle. But the flower took her time in its green sanctuary, getting ready to emerge. She chose her colors thoughtfully. She adjusted her petals one by one. After all, she did not wish to appear crumpled like a poppy. She wished to materialize in all her beauty. Oh, was she proud! And these secret preparations last for many days. Then at sunrise one morning, she showed herself. She yawned and said, "I am very awake. Forgive me. My petals are such a mess." But the little prince was full of admiration. "Oh! How beautiful you are!" "Am I not?" The flower responded sweetly. "And I was born along with the sun." The little prince could tell that she wasn't exactly humble, but she was just so wonderful. "Is it not time for breakfast?" she asked a moment later. "If you would kindly think of my niece." Feeling embarrassed, the little prince went to look for a sparkling can and gave her some fresh, cool water. Very soon, she began to trouble him with her rather thorny pride. For instance, while speaking of her 4 thorns, she said to the little prince, "Let the tigers show their claws." "We have no tigers on this planet," the little prince pointed out. "And anyway, tigers do not eat weeds." "I am not a weed," was the flower's gentle reply. "I'm sorry. I am not all afraid of tigers," she went on. "But I am horrified of gales. Would you have a scream for me?" "Horrified of gales. That's not good luck for a plant," the little prince thought to himself. "This flower is a complicated creature. You need to place me under a dome at night. This planet is cold. Where I come from..." She stopped mid-sentence. She had come from seed and could not have known about any other world. Embarrassed that her little lie had been exposed, she coughed a few times to make the little prince feel bad for her. "What happened to the screen?" "I was going to look for it, but you are still speaking to me." Then she forced another cough, so as to make him feel sorry. So even though the little prince loved her and would do anything for her, he was now wary of her. Her harsh words had upset him, and he felt miserable. I shouldn't have paid any heed to her words. He confided to me, "You mustn't listen to flowers. You should simply admire them and enjoy their fragrance." My flower sweetened my planet with her scent, but I could find no pleasure in it. Her chatter about her claws, that so irritated me, should have made me feel bad for her instead. He continued, "I made a mistake. I should have judged her by her deeds and not by her words. She filled my world with light and her perfume. I should not have run away. I should have noticed that she cared underneath all her games. Flowers are incomprehensible." Or maybe I was not old enough to know how to love her. Chapter 9. I believe the little prince escaped with the help of a flight of migratory birds. On the morning of his departure, he made sure his planet was in perfect order. He carefully cleaned out the active volcanoes. The 2 active volcanoes on the planet were just right for making his breakfast in the morning. He also cleaned the only extinct volcano because, as he said, one never knows. When cleaned well, volcanoes burn slowly and steadily, without erupting. Volcanic eruptions are like fires in a chimney. Here on Earth, we are much too small to clean out our volcanoes. That is why they bring all this trouble upon us. The little prince also pulled out the last of the baobab shoots, feeling a little sad as he did so. He believed that he would not return. But on this morning, all his familiar tasks seemed most delightful. And when he watered the flower for the last time, getting ready to place her under her dome, he realized that he was very close to tears. "Goodbye," he said to the flower. But there came no answer. "Goodbye," he repeated. The flower coughed, not because she had a cold. "I have been rather silly," she said to him at last. "Do forgive me, and try to be happy." He was surprised that she wasn't complaining. He stood holding the glass dome in the air. He did not understand this sudden tenderness. "I love you. This is true," the flower said to him. "It is my fault. I did not make this clear to you. But you have been as foolish as me. Try to be happy. Let the dome be. I don't want it anymore." "But the gills. My cold is not that serious. The cold night air is good for me. I am a flower. And a beast. Well, I should endure 2 or 3 caterpillars if I wish to meet the butterflies. They are very beautiful, I've heard. If not the butterflies and the caterpillars, who would come to see me? You will be somewhere far. As for the wild animals, they don't scare me. I have my thorns. Saying this, she revealed her 4 thorns. Don't linger on. You're annoying me. You have decided to leave me. So leave. She did not wish for him to see her tears. The proud flower that she was. The little prince resumed cleaning the active volcano.